Let's take a look at the moves the Chiefs have made so far in this free agency frenzy, including bringing back a couple familiar faces and signing their new potential left tackle. Look at some of the wild moves around the AFC West, and then talk about why the Kadarius Toney trade just got even better. But first, how about those? First up, former right tackle Andrew Wylie finally got his bag, signing a 3-year, $24 million deal with the Washington Commanders following over their new offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, of which I am very proud of Wylie for getting this shmoney. I'm happy for him, and the only thing I can really think to say is thank you and well, freaking deserved, bro. This certainly will buy this man a lot of Pokemon cards. He trades Pokemon cards, has a YouTube channel for it, link in description. But I digress about that because shortly after this happened, the Chiefs then signed a right tackle as well, and that was Jawaan Taylor, the 25-year-old free agent formerly of the Jags, to a 4-year, $80 million deal, including $60 million guaranteed. And if you look at the way his contract is set up, you can see it on the screen, it's essentially a 3-year deal, or they can get out after 3 years with a minimal cap hit of $5.8 million this year. However, it's then $24.7 million each year after that, a hefty price. But it appears the Chiefs are really high on Jawaan and believe that if necessary, and to the surprise of many, they could move him to the left side as a potential replacement to Orlando Brown Jr. rather than the initial replacement thought of for Andrew Wylie, the right tackle. That's right, the Chiefs reportedly believe in Jawaan's athleticism and have confidence that he can make the switch if needed. And I use the term if needed because it's being reported by Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated, for example, among others, that their plan for now is to have Taylor replace Orlando Brown Jr. as the team's left tackle, which is why they paid him a hefty contract, even though he's only played 2 games in college at left tackle and 17 snaps or something like that in the NFL on the left side with over 4,000 snaps on the right side. However, if he is going to make the switch anywhere in the NFL, KC under Andy Heck and Coach Reed is about the best possible spot to do it successfully. So in Veach, Reed, Andy Heck, whoever we trust. It's worth noting, though, that this could still potentially change come draft time because they may still take a shot at a tackle early on and Taylor could end up playing on the right side after all. But they are now in a situation where the Chiefs are not forced to take a right tackle or a left tackle specifically in the draft. Instead, they can just opt for the best remaining tackle with where they are, whether it's first round or second round, or if they want to take a bigger swing, move up for somebody they are really high on, or some are saying this could all be smokescreen about Taylor playing left tackle, and the Chiefs are still in on a left tackle, and that could still possibly include Texans' own Laramie Tunsil, the #1 graded tackle last season, at least per PFF in his pass block grade, though that is mere speculation at this point. I know it was reported that the Chiefs at least reached out and had some conversations with Tunsil and his representation, or at least with the Texans, but that's all I really have on that note. Either way, we will certainly find out soon. Trust me. Back to Taylor, though, some praise. He had the 3rd lowest pressure rate allowed, 2.5% among all tackles last season, only behind Tristan Wirfs and Lane Johnson of the Eagles, allowing just 16 pressures and 5 sacks totals. And when you look at the pressures that this man allowed, that is a lot less than Orlando and a lot less than Wylie allowed, and I mean a lot. The criticism is, though, he had the worst run blocking grade of all tackles that played 50% of snaps according to PFF, so not the best, but hopefully the Chiefs can get him right in that area. But that is less of an issue to me personally because the Chiefs are a pass-heavy offense and have an all-star interior trio in Toney, Creed, and Trey Smith. And from here, I want to talk about another small move the Chiefs made last night, as well as why the Kadarius Toney trade just got even better for the Chiefs. But first, I got to give a shout out to today's sponsor, Bear Mattress. You see, they reached out to me and offered to send me a mattress and some cold hard cash in exchange for my thoughts in a video for you guys, and I figured, you know what, why the heck not? After all, the Chiefs just won the Super Bowl after being slept on all off season long, and honestly, I've never slept better after a Chiefs win than I have now. A good night's sleep is important to me, especially because I've been dealing with some longer term back issues, and I've had this mattress for a few months now, and let me tell you what, this premium mattress has been fantastic. You see, with Bear, you get hibernation quality sleep during every season of your life, even during the offseason with little to no football to watch on the weekends. I personally am a back sleeper who likes a medium firmness in my mattress, but my wife sleeps on her stomach and prefers one that is more firm. So after taking their online quiz, we were matched up with the Elite Hybrid mattress that would benefit us both. And after ordering, they shipped it right to our front door in a box with another box for pillows. From there, we threw out our old mattress and then quickly realized why it was giving us so many fits at night. Good riddance. Then we took the new mattress into our room, unboxed it, unrolled it, and boom, we officially upgraded our sleep quality. You see, Bear's sleep recovery technology uses a Celliant powered fabric to help you stay cool throughout the night, and all mattresses are Green Guard Gold certified, CertiPure US certified, and EcoFlex fiberglass free. Trust me, it's as safe and reliable as a Mahomes to Kelsey touchdown in the Super Bowl. And again, just like in my experience, Bear delivers the mattress right to your front door in a box with free shipping in the US, and it's super easy to set it up yourself. Trust me, if I can do it with a hurt back, you can do it too. And if it makes you nervous to buy something that you haven't tried, Bear has a 120-night sleep trial, so you get more than 3 months to make sure that you love it. If you don't, they'll pick it up for you and you'll get a full refund, which is something fans from the rest of the AFC West teams will never receive for showing up to a game and watching their team lose again and again and again. Plus, Bear mattresses have a lifetime warranty, and they even offer financing options and flexible payment plans, so a great night's sleep is never far away. I certainly love my quality of sleep with Bear mattress, and I think you will too. Just go to bearmattress.com/HBTC and use my promo code HBTC to get 30% off. All right, last night the Chiefs also made a small move, re-signing defensive tackle Tershawn Wharton to a 1-year, $2 million deal. He was signed by the Chiefs as a UDFA in 2020, made the roster out of training camp, and played around 500 snaps in 2020, and then about the same amount in 2021, recording over 20 tackles each year as well as 3 sacks each year, and was on his way to having what could have been a career year for him before he tore his ACL in Week 5 against the Raiders, rendering him out for the season as he was placed on IR and had to get surgery. Well, the Chiefs must be happy in his recovery process so far and see him as a valuable depth piece for the team because he is back for another year, so congrats to him for that. And welcome back, let's go. And then right before hitting export on this video, I saw a tweet from James Palmer that says the Chiefs have tendered tight end Jody Fortson as an exclusive rights free agent. Basically, the Chiefs, are required to extend a qualifying offer before free agency. Otherwise, Fortson would become an unrestricted free agent at the opening of the upcoming free agency period, and he'll make around $1 million if he signs this tender. They have a couple more ERFAs, and that is QB Shane Buechele and offensive tackle Prince Tega Wanogho, and we should expect them to get tendered as well. And just like Turk Wharton, Jody Fortson was an undrafted free agent. Then he spent most of 2 seasons ago out with an Achilles tear, had surgery, came back, had a decent year for tight end 3, hurt his elbow, and then had to go out on IR, returned in the playoffs, did a little bit here and there. He's a gadgety player used in the red zone, but maybe he will step up more in his role this season. He was a converted wide receiver, and I feel like is not as complete of a tight end as, let's say, Noah Gray or Travis Kelce, but he is a valuable asset to the team that does not cost very much. From here, we got to talk about some AFC West moves because there have been a lot, including one that happened because of the Kadarius Toney trade, making it even that much better for Chiefs fans. First up, the Broncos signed a couple of linemen in Ben Powers and Mike McGlinchey to hefty deals, then made a couple of moves on the defense in Zach Allen and Alex Singleton, and then they may have found their new starting quarterback when they signed former Raiders QB Jarrett Stidham to a 2-year, $10 million deal. Okay, just kidding. It's more than likely to back up Russell Wilson, but you never know. And from there, the Chargers signed a backup QB of their own in Easton Stick, as well as linebacker Eric Kendricks. Then the Raiders, they franchise tagged Josh Jacobs, got safety Marcus Epps, then signed Jimmy Garoppolo to a 3-year, $72.75 million deal. So they basically released Derek Carr, then signed a slightly better looking but way more injury prone Derek Carr. The Raiders, man, do the most Raiderish things, and I am here for all of it. And then today, they also signed former Patriots wide receiver Jacoby Myers to a 3-year, $33 million deal. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because he's the guy that threw the ball to Chandler Jones at the end of the Raiders and Patriots game earlier last season. Yeah, that guy. Anyway, for doing that, he got a 3-year deal as a thank you for handing the Raiders that game. And just as you thought, Jimmy G was about to have an absolutely stacked core of wide receivers to throw the ball to: Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Darren Waller, who is not a receiver, is a tight end, but is a dog. Surprise! Darren Waller actually just got traded to the Giants, and the kicker is Kadarius Toney is partially to thank for that. Look at this. When Ryan Poles got hired on as the Bears GM, the Chiefs got a third-round compensatory pick for him that they then used to trade for Kadarius Toney, as well as a sixth-round pick from the Giants just prior to the trade deadline last season. Well, the Giants then just used the third-round comp pick that they got from the Chiefs to trade for Darren Waller. So not only did the Chiefs fleece the Giants for Toney, who helped KC win a Super Bowl with a TD and the longest punt return in Super Bowl history, but they also helped the weapon in Darren Waller leave the AFC West completely. That is pretty crazy if you ask me. However, to counter that a little bit, as good as Darren Waller is, he's only played like 11, 12, 13 games, somewhere around there, over the last 2 seasons due to injuries. So injuries have been a very real thing for him, and he's also turning 31 in September, so maybe he's not quite who he once was. But either way, I'm happy to see him leave the Raiders. And some of you may be wondering, well, Cole, how does that help the Chiefs? Well, anytime you can get a weapon on one of the other teams from the AFC West to go somewhere else, that only helps the Chiefs, man. So win-win. Chiefs get Kadarius Toney. The Giants get Waller, Waller, however you say his nickname, and all are happy, except maybe Kadarius Toney, not for the reason you think. Listen to this. Kadarius Toney probably, more than likely, heard all the chatter online because he tweeted out a simple laughing emoji followed by a yawn, and then he followed up with, "Get in the field. Then your opinion will matter to me. Thanks, signed, management." I'm assuming people out there were saying getting rid of Kadarius Toney was a win to then obtain Darren Waller, and thinking, I get it a little bit, but the other part is a bit wild to me. You get rid of a 24-year-old wide receiver who's still on his rookie deal for years, and you also just drafted him in the first round the year prior. You then get in exchange a 30-year-old tight end that you now owe a bunch of money to, and I know where the argument's gonna go. Yeah, well, Toney barely played because he's always injured. Well, look at Darren Waller over the past 2 years and then get back with me, suckers. Anyway, with all that being said, does it also bring you guys delight to see Darren Waller go to the Giants knowing that they used the Chiefs' third-round comp pick to do so? Also, what are your thoughts about the Jawaan Taylor signing and him playing left tackle for the Chiefs? Are you concerned or not so much? Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, let's go. Let's freaking go. How about those?